You already know the vibes. We back. We back. You already know that. Listen, listen, listen. Many A-listers are not sleeping well right now amid this Diddy trial and the ongoing legal battles. And one in particular person is a guy by the name of Sean Tubby Williams. All right. So we're gonna get into a little breakdown of this. Salute to everybody. I'm Uda. I'm on go. You on go too. We all on go together. That's how we doing this thing. All right. So we got to get into a breakdown. All right. So now we already understand that. Listen, Suge Knight, a former record executive and Diddy's longtime rival, currently in prison for voluntary manslaughter, recently said that a former Combs employee, Tubby Holiday, had a role in procuring underage girls for Diddy's alleged sex trafficking. Top figures in the music industry are also reportedly feeling uneasy, fearing they could be dragged into lawsuits involving Sean Combs. It's crazy. This is nasty works. According to a prominent attorney, some well-known associates of Combs might soon be named in new legal actions, and revelations could reportedly be shocking. I can imagine how shocking this could be. It's crazy. There are many at the top levels of the industry, artists, executive managers, who are not sleeping well right now. Attorney Brian Friedman said those who knowingly allowed or even encouraged such behavior while keeping quiet should definitely be worried. Ugh. Cue the scary music, the Scooby-Doo and the Velmas and the Raggy. Cue all of that. That's nasty work. But listen, man, who knows who's going to be named in this whole thing, man? It's a lot. It's a lot. I've been live at the trial every day since day one. I've been live at the trial. You already know you can subscribe to my channel, Uda on Go, OOTA on Go. Make sure y'all running me up on TikTok as well. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram, all the same channel. My Cash App is Uda on Go. Salute to everybody that's hitting that. But listen, though, as we dealing with this now, this guy Tubby now, could he be named in lawsuits? Could he be, you know what I mean? This is crazy, bro. This is a cat out the bag, man. Me being there every day, do I see the trafficking? Do I see the RICO? It's still a lot of case left, man. This is a 6-week left trial, 6 more weeks. So I don't know though, man. But me personally, I think Diddy gonna get off, man. I think Diddy gonna get off of this. You know what I mean? He may have to do some time. He may. You know what I'm saying? How much time? Who knows? Because the charges that he's facing for each of these, is looking like 15s. And he already, bypassed that plea agreement already. He already negated that. But we all gonna keep a lookout to see what's going on. I will be live at the court on Tuesday. There is a 4-day break. Happy Memorial Day to everybody. Salute to everybody. Happy Memorial Day. Make sure everybody's subscribing to On Go, OOTAONGO. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn the notification bells on and make sure you're notified. All right. But listen, man, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all are thinking. All right. It's not about what I think or no, it's about what you think. The people think. All right. Do you think Sean Diddy Combs is innocent? Do you think Sean Diddy Combs is guilty? Do you believe Cassie? Do you believe Cassie's lying? Do you believe the escorts, Officer Flores, the first witness that came up? The Punisher, the other escort that came up, Dawn Hughes came up to testify. This the clinical psychologist. She came up to testify towards victims. How you doing, sister? Towards victims and how it's hard for victims to leave in situations like this. So did she make her stance in the case? On cross-examination, they did go through breaking her down and say, look, you usually go about doing a research, doing an assessment for you to make a proper, you know what I mean, assessment of a person. You would have to have assessed a person yourself. All right. And then the defense was going into the law book, breaking it down, showing her like, yeah, she does agree with certain things. She said, yes, I actually do agree with that as well. So then they went to breaking it down and say, okay, so did you interview any of these witnesses? She said, no. Do you interview anybody in this case? She says, no. So what are you here for? She said, I'm just here to make general assessments on things or whatever the case, right? So how can you make these assessments on things that you're thinking about when you have not spoken to any jurors or anything like that? So, I think the defense with every witness that got up there so far, I think the defense has they done their thing. I think they done their thing to show some inconsistencies in the witnesses. Cassie, they didn't go so hard on Cassie, but at the very, very end, they did sneak in that. So, did you have any lawsuits with anybody else right now? And she was like, "Yeah." They're like, "All right. So, how much are you supposed to get?" She's like, "I don't know." So, be like, "Okay, so you don't know what you want. So, give me a ballpark figure. How much you're supposed to get, Cassie?" She was like, 10 million. They was like, "What?" All right, so you do know how much you're getting. Have you reached the settlement? She says, "Yes, I have." So, and then they started doing some objections. And after the objections, they said, "Okay, so isn't it true that you actually signed that lawsuit or did that lawsuit actually last week or this week?" And everybody was like, "Oh my God." In the court, we was like, 10 million of a day. And then she was like, "No, I think it was this month, though. No further questions, Your Honor." And that's how the defense rested on Cassie. So they didn't press too much. They pressed on her too. They didn't press too much. She is pregnant. You don't be looking like no brute up there trying to press her. But they did sneak that off in the end on Cassie. We have seen a cat and mouse game. We've seen a back and forth between the prosecution and the defense. Anybody that think this person's up or that person's up, listen, it's a lot of more game to be played. If you ever seen a courtroom, on this level, this is maximum level of courtroom now. This ain't no regular courtroom you're thinking about now. Courtrooms like this is the realest level of courtrooms now. Okay, this courtroom right here, realest level. Okay, realest level, and we're just watching like a tug of war. You know what I'm saying? And, I think it's masterful on both sides. You could say, "Oh, it's a team of women. It's a team of white women on the prosecution." It don't matter the team with the color. You know what I'm saying? These women are strong. You know what I'm saying? Diddy's team, his legal team is strong. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the team. They even added another person on the team as well. I heard over the weekend. So, listen, the team is strong. Donaldson is strong. Nicole Westmore is strong. Brian Steele is strong. Mark is strong. You listen, the whole team is strong over there. So don't think that Diddy team ain't strong. Diddy, hold up, hold up. Diddy got the best team that he need to have to represent him in this case right here. You feel me? Is Diddy gonna get everything that they think he's gonna get? I don't think so. Me personally, I don't think so. I don't think that he's gonna get all that. But it's still more case to go. That's just my own personal thought. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I did have a conversation inside with me and Brian Steele, and Brian Steele told me, he told me what he told me, and I kind of believe Brian Steele in a sense. But it's about what y'all think. It's most definitely about what y'all think. Like I said, there's a cat and mouse game going. We did see like this week was the 19th was Monday, but the week before that, prior to that, um, the prosecution was on they last was up on Wednesday. So they took over the whole Wednesday. So we did see that strategic play from the prosecution. They took up the whole Wednesday. Okay. So they went through the abuse and they went through everything. And then they took up the whole Wednesday till 4:15 p.m. And everybody was in the court waiting. They said, "We're gonna take a recess, a little break real quick." They took a little 10-minute break. But by the time they said, "You know what, we're just gonna rest here in court, we'll be back tomorrow." So the prosecution did their thing on that because they got their whole day off, and then the juries had their thoughts to think about that whole Wednesday. Then the defense came back and they took that whole Thursday and then dragged it into that whole Wednesday. So now the defense left their thought on the jury's mind, even though the jury may not forget what the prosecution, some elements. But now, the brain just, associates things different. Like the last thing you kind of been told kind of sometimes blocks out the other things. Like if a person tell you a bunch of numbers and then I tell you a bunch of new numbers, like these new numbers might knock out those other ones in your head. So it's kind of like that kind of a feeling and that kind of a vibe. But yeah, man, it's masterful on both sides. Still a lot more court to go. Trying to be as unbiased as I can. I told y'all my biases where they lie and where they lay. When it comes to his artists, which I love, like Biggie was just my favorite artist as well. I don't think he did good by artists and stuff when it comes to money. But this ain't a trial about him paying people money. If it was that, then my biases would be on the forefront. I did see the Cassie tape, and seeing that Cassie tape did give me some sort of a bias. I felt that. But most definitely after seeing the Cassie tape with the witnesses and it replaying, and seeing more parts of the same footage that we did see that went viral, That was a lot. And then watching it with Cassie as she breaks down things as well as she's feeling, telling us things like, "Oh, that's why I left my shoes in the house. I took my shoes in my bag and then put them on in the house because I was getting out the house real quick, out the room real quick or whatever." And she was running from a freak off. So it's a lot of things like that. So it's a lot. But what we need to do is try to be as unbiased as we can. At the end of the day, no matter what we feel, everybody in the court is innocent until proven guilty. So I'm just going to maintain that, even if we feel that the system, has done us wrong. I think it done me wrong in the time, but we're going to try to be what we feel that the system's not. Because it's no way that we could feel the ways that you feel about the system, and then you just do the same thing to people, the same thing. So just let the evidence speak, let the facts speak, let the witnesses speak, let the potential victims, alleged victims speak. And this is all we're gonna do. So everybody subscribe to On Go, be a part of the network, be a part of On Go. Everybody in the chat is the Go Gang. Be a part of the Go Gang. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. Share. Run it up. Drop likes. Make sure you're commenting and the poll and a vote for this video and the vocal poll. So make sure you get in the comment with this. Is Diddy innocent or guilty? I want y'all to tell me if you think he's innocent or guilty, and you can tell me why you think he's innocent, and you can tell me why you think he's guilty. Okay, so get in the comments and let me know that. All right. Remember, go to Don't Hide the Plug on Instagram. Run it up. That's how you get the hats. You go over there, leave a DM. Uda is the promo code. That's how you get the dope hats that I wear. Everybody run up my TikTok. Uda on Go on TikTok. I think I need like 500 to go live. Whatever how much I need to go live, y'all run it up for me. Share my TikTok out so to make sure it goes up so I could go live from the court on the TikTok because this is what y'all been asking me for. So y'all help me so I can help y'all. This is what we doing on Go. We help each other. Yeah, man, just run it all up. Go on Instagram. That's how y'all message me. Y'all contact me. Shoot me a message on Instagram. Uda on Go, and subscribe to the channel so you already know the vibe, man. Everybody stay tuned. We'll be back in a minute. You already know we in the win it. You know what I'm saying? And we will be getting more into this guy right here, Sean Tubby Williams. You already know the vibe. Uda. Always on Go, you all right? Always on Go.